Hello there, and welcome. Well, happy Friday. So, I always found that if I said to students we're watching a movie, they were thrilled, because I so rarely said it, that it sounded like a party to them. And then I found Beckett's Not I. Now, I need a little bit of an explanation for this. I really love Samuel Beckett, but he's not everybody's cup of tea. If The Office is cringe comedy, the kind of comedy that makes some people uncomfortable, Beckett is the liver and onions version of comedy. He's definitely an acquired taste. And I thought he was wonderful, but his comedy is very thinking oriented and it's very flavorful. So he has this one monologue that he wrote called Not I. And I had just acquired a full film collection of all the films made of Beckett's theatrical works in a kind of a Criterion collection. So I was very excited by the collection. The biggest piece in it was Waiting for Godot, which a lot of people have heard and which is absolutely wonderful. But in this collection was this short film, Not I. It's a monologue, and it's about 15 minutes long, around in there. And the original stage direction that a woman would take a seat on the stage, and that the spotlight on the stage would focus exclusively on her mouth. And she would start talking, and you would discover that she was the person she was talking about, but she never uses the pronoun I. It's this long, emotional, wounded rant from somebody who's so scarred by how they were abandoned as a baby that it's become a kind of emotional mania. And so in the theater, the spotlight would focus just on this woman's mouth, and she would go through this whole monologue, never using the pronoun I. But you'd know it was about her. So it's dramatic and weird, okay? Now, it's one thing to watch a performance like that in a big theater where you're focusing on a tiny little mouth down on the stage. But what the filmmaker did for this monologue in this collection was he tightened up on the mouth, and he did a bunch of cross edits, but essentially it's just the mouth, the lips, the teeth, the tongue, and that darkness at the inside of the mouth. And the actress who performs is quite wonderful, but the monologue is pretty heavy duty and, disturbing. And it's different when you project that monologue on a screen in a room so that it's about 5 feet wide. The mouth is 5 feet wide, and the kids are sitting maybe 10 feet away from it. I mean, it's huge, it's massive. And so one day I said to my seniors, hey, we've got a few minutes, why don't we watch a little movie that I just got? And they said, sure. And I started it. We had about 15 minutes left of the class, and the movie starts. And 2 minutes in, the kids go, oh, you've got to stop, you've got to stop it. It's horrible, we can't take it, you've got to stop it. I didn't know that they would react this way, but their reaction to it was profound, and they were horrified by Samuel Beckett. I kept trying to show them movies from this collection. All of them are Samuel Beckett. They're all the flavor of liver and onions. They're all, organ meat and bulb vegetables. They're just rough. And so it got to where with this one group, I would say, shall we watch a movie for the last few minutes? And they would go, yeah. Wait, is this a trap? What movie? So I discovered a movie that I love and they can't stand so bad that it's like, no, we'd rather listen to you talk, ma'am, than have to watch that movie ever again. So I know that's a strange sort of imp of the perverse story, but it is the one movie I found where students would prefer my lectures to a movie. That's it for today. I hope you have a glorious rest of the day, and I hope you see me again, you gorgeous people.